Unlike most projects, Cardano was designed completely from scratch on top of scientific and mathematical foundations. These solid foundations were influenced by the brightest minds. Not only does it follow a unique academic approach, but it comprises a great development team and will be the foremost blockchain that utilizes multiple layers. Cardano has no scaling limits and runs on a consensus mechanism that is considered fair and more environmentally friendly than other blockchains. But looking beyond the surface, there are so many things about Cardano that are not yet known. Since its inception, Cardano has been a unique platform and is meant to be innovative. The main problems that this decentralized blockchain platform aims to solve are connected to sustainability, interoperability, security, and scalability. Some of the biggest problems that many other crypto platforms such as Bitcoin experience are high transaction fees and the slowdown in the system due to high transaction volumes. According to the governance model of Cardano, everything that takes place on the platform is well defined by its community. The Cardano project began with its first principal foundational research on cryptocurrencies and was initiated by the industry's unusual and counterproductive growth. The development team started tackling one concept at a time, researching and writing peer-reviewed papers, and understanding the problems that needed to be solved. Cardano described itself as a third-generation blockchain, following Bitcoin and Ethereum. Notably, Bitcoin introduced the concept of a decentralized digital coin, and Ethereum expanded on the use cases of smart contracts. Leveraging the advantage of learning from its limitations and the faults on the previous blockchain platforms, Cardano's target is to solve problems related to scalability, interoperability, and sustainability. Cardano was designed to be modular and based on two layers, which are the settlement layer, Cardano SL, and computational layer, Cardano CL. Recently, the Cardano founder, Charles Hoskinson, expounded on Cardano SL and Cardano CL in a video. So similar to Bitcoin, Cardano SL handles transactions. But the main difference is that Bitcoin utilizes a proof-of-work consensus algorithm versus proof-of-stake. Proof-of-work poses a significant problem for scalability due to its high energy consumption and increase in transaction fees. On the other hand, proof-of-stake solves that issue by achieving distributed consensus. Cardano runs on a protocol, Ouroboros, that was designed from scratch in a language called Haskell. The protocol lies at the heart of Cardano SL and is first secure protocol that combines the efficiency of proof-of-stake consensus with the security of Bitcoin mining. On the other hand, the goal of Cardano CL is to allow users from technical and non-technical backgrounds to create and execute functional smart contracts on the Cardano network using a completely custom virtual machine called IELE. This virtual machine is one of the most advanced of its kind. Cardano CL offers a solution that is more secure, adaptable, and more importantly, developer-friendly. The separation in layers is to allow for changes to soft forks to happen without imposing disruptions on the settlement layer or causing a division in the network. It also allows for the access of only relevant data in comparison to the entire ledger, hence saving energy and resources. Then layers or sidechains will be built on the CCL and the SCL. This intriguing structure enables a preserved legacy system that has competition for transparency of everything that occurs within the ecosystem. With unfazed progress in this particular aspect, Cardano is living up to the promise of providing a more balanced and sustainable ecosystem that better accounts for the needs of its users as well as other systems. According to the Cardano founder, the whole point of the sidechain is to allow developers to create new environments with new rules and features. But unfortunately, this will eventually lead to security breaches on these chains, thus imposing the firewall property. The most important feature of sidechains on Cardano is the ability to interact with other chains for certain purposes. While the security and features of these chains cannot negatively influence Cardano due to the firewall property. This allows anybody to create a chain with their peculiar parameters and features while using Cardano as their settlement layer. For instance, a bank like JP Morgan could create its own regulated and permission-driven banking blockchain, a sidechain of Cardano, permitting the regulation of fund movements. Although it is an open secret that these chains are not always secure and could be malicious, it's up to the user if they wish to transfer funds from the main chain to a sidechain. And of course, here comes the scalability. As Cardano sees greater adoption and larger volumes and types of transactions, the protocol will need to scale with this demand. Sidechains can be set up for each industry using Cardano. These transactions are created and validated off the chain, thus reducing the throughput and strain on the main Cardano network. Also, over time, the demand for different use cases increased for the blockchains. Instead of new sole blockchains being created every time for each unique use case, one could create a sidechain on Cardano, which implies that you don't have to worry about creating a new token. The foundations are already set. This way, Cardano can be upgraded with endless features that are modeled as an opt-in style of system. So users who desire to use these features can transfer their funds from the main chain to the sidechain. On the other hand, users who do not trust the features can keep the ADA token on the main chain without being affected. When we think about Bitcoin Cash block size wars, upgradability is considered key. If Bitcoin had sidechains, Cash would not have been a sole chain, as Bitcoin users could opt in to use this blockchain. So in a way, sidechains can be thought of as programming modules. They're an extra function set that can be called upon to provide special use. In response to Hoskinson's explanation video, a Reddit user identified as Memory Alpha said, "A very well done video. Cardano has designed decisions and clear-cut goals made from the beginning, which were inspired by the mistakes made with Ethereum and the limitations of Bitcoin. And with that, the foundation was laid, which will revive any blockchain but allow for the inclusion of other blockchains by the use of sidechains. This is another fundamental engineering solution to blockchain interoperability. That is to say that there is more than one way, more than one approach to bringing blockchain technology to the world, and we need to be prepared to work together." Last year, a Reddit user identified as a who do they, who criticized a Cardano report by Masari, became a target of Charles Hoskinson's rage. This occurred when Hoskinson made fun of the misinformation that was pervasive in Reddit threads about Cardano's computing layer, CL, and settlement layer, SL. According to Charles Hoskinson, sidechains are the actualization of Cardano's envisioned CL. Thus, he urged those who were spreading the false information to start eating up paint chips again. The tweet read, "Taking a brief walk into the cryptocurrency Reddit Smooth Brain section, I couldn't help but notice the misinformation about Cardano SL and CL. Sidechains are effectively the vision of Cardano CL made manifest. They can resume eating paint chips now." A who do they, the Reddit user who criticized the Cardano report, was caught up in a heated reaction of the Cardano founder. A who do they provided a very thorough debunking of a quote from the report. In the report, it was recorded, Cardano split the functions of computational and settlement into separate layers and developed Ouroboros Classic as its first proof-of-stake consensus mechanism. In response, a who do they stated that although Hoskinson has stated that they would develop a separate computational layer, this never happened. A who they also explained that none of Cardano's smart contract creators were yet succeeding in creating a decentralized smart contract with their own off-chain consensus mechanism. Quote, "All they have so far is centralized apps or very simple decentralized text. Despite Cardano ADA's poor performance in comparison to its price in 2022, the smart contract platform saw several improvements. Vassal hard fork was introduced at Cardano in September of 2022 to increase the cryptocurrency scalability. This is because more non-fungible token or NFT projects appeared on the cryptocurrency market after the introduction of smart contracts, decentralized applications, and of course NFTs. Scalability is in fact key, and it's required for all developments to stand out and for the altcoin to be a strong rival for Ethereum and prevent Cardano from making the same mistakes as blockchains from earlier generations." Furthermore, Mike Alfred, a value investor and wealth manager, responded to a tweet from a user with the handle ADA Whale on Twitter with an opinion on when the dramatic price decline of Cardano ADA and other cryptocurrencies in the market is likely to end. According to ADA Whale, the price movement of cryptocurrencies in the large bear market was bizarre. He conceded that inorganic and nefarious activities by certain exchanges had a major impact on this, clearly alluding to FTX's demise. For Cardano users, it is an exciting ride to utilize the interesting features and functions of the network. As long as the limitations surrounding scalability, interoperability, sustainability, and upgradability are completely addressed, Cardano becomes the best network to vouch for, regardless of any demeaning comments. But of course, what are your thoughts on this? Let us have them in the comments section below. We'll see you in the next video, but before then, check out our other videos to find out how Cardano is living up to the dream of being the Ethereum killer. And as always, make sure you click on the subscribe notification buttons.